A balanced life does not react to situations and is one which has a good support system and is in good shape in most of the key areas of one's life. These include your spirituality, mental and emotional well-being, as well as physical, which is your general health. This does not just happen and is intentionally created by those who have learned certain skills to get by in this world. We have thousands of careers, and whichever path you choose depends on so many factors. There is not a single career which does not have challenges, whether you sell your time as an employee or run a business as an employer. How we choose to react to these challenges determines our capability to handle life and work issues. If viewing us for the first time, please make sure to subscribe below and let us know how you maintain work-life balance in your chosen career. Welcome to 5 Talents Africa. My name is Mildred Okoth and thank you for joining us. Our topic today is why we need a work-life balance. Work is what you do physically or mentally to get something and can either be a product or service. It is generated in many ways and in different settings. For example, in our homes, we clean dirty floors and that is work, but it is not paid. However, when you engage someone to do the same and pay them in exchange for our time, we call that paid work. In an office setting, an employed accountant will use mental knowledge to prepare financial statements in exchange for salary, and that is paid work. The same accountant may prepare a budget for his family but does not get paid for that, yet it is work. Therefore, work is what we do in this world, and it's either paid or unpaid. It takes time to work, and so we must have a balance to be able to do other important things in our life. Please let us know if you also think that life is the only thing we get freely without working for it. We can say that life is any other activity that we do outside of work. This is invaluable and the experience cannot be measured. Some of this may include reading or learning a new skill. For example, if you choose to visit friends on a weekend, it's an invaluable experience as we remember the good old times together. That is part of life, and if your work cannot allow you to make time for some of these activities, then you may start questioning your work-life balance. This forms part of our existence on this earth. It's because of such activities that we are able to go back to work rejuvenated and produce more. We are social beings and perform best when we are fulfilled in most areas that affect us. But in cases where any of these are disturbed, our overall well-being is affected. And that is why we all need balance. Please share a simpler definition of work and life in the comments below. Our choice of careers matter, and if you love what you do, it is much easier to have balance at work. This is because you do not struggle to complete tasks and therefore can afford to have extra time to do the things you love. However, this is not always the case. Getting into a career with knowledge of what it involves is important. Some people choose entrepreneurship thinking you work less hours and make a lot of money, only to discover that you work even more hours than when you were employed. The reason why you choose a career should be greater than the immediate returns. It should be something you do because you love it and should be impactful and fulfilling as well as rewarding, because you'll do it for a very long time, given the number of hours you spend at work. And that is why you need to seek career guidance and shadow in different roles of your chosen path to understand it before you settle in a given career, if possible. Most times, we choose stressful careers because of different factors: pressure, status, what is available, or income. We may not necessarily love the role. We even seek higher incomes in foreign lands. When we do not have better choices at home, we end up having no time outside of work. But one thing you should always remember is that life is now, and how you spend it matters. Working in stressful environments requires discipline, to work a timeline, and wisdom on how to plan for the future, so that you spend the least time in that environment and leave it as soon as you can, when you still have the energy and health to do the things you love. Such an environment can affect us later in life, and once you lose certain things, you cannot get them back. Please share with us how you can maintain balance in a stressful work environment. Once you understand what you do, plan it in such a way that you do not have to miss out on activities that are important in your life. If you lack a skill, enroll in a college to fast-track it so that you can work faster and more efficiently. This can also be acquired through job shadowing, taking up acting roles, and mentorship at the workplace. In return, this will help you avoid stressful work situations where you have to redo projects and spend more hours at work. Improve on skills that enable you to work and live harmoniously with others. Prioritize what is important to you, have boundaries, and learn to be assertive. These are skills that frees you up. They are simple but impact your life in many ways. Having balance empowers you and you do not disappoint people unnecessarily. This is because you're aware of what matters in your life and work. Several things affect our balance apart from work. One of them is raising children, which is a demanding period in the lives of parents, especially toddlers. This gets better as they become more independent and join school, but even so, there is still a level of anxiety that parents have when they leave them in the care of third parties. Another is long commute to work. There are times that you are forced to live very far from our jobs. Sometimes it's beyond our control, and the cost of long commute have a significant effect on our work-life balance. You leave home early and come back late at night, losing priceless time that you could have spent with family. Lack of employability and social skills affect balance. This leads to conflict with colleagues, friends, and people in the community, therefore destroying a system that can support you when required. Please share with us what you do to maintain balance in your life. Is it possible to have a work-life balance in this world? With the current state of affairs, it may be difficult. Limited job opportunities make people choose or land in careers they never planned for or even like, just to make ends meet for survival. Diseases, wars, pandemics, and environmental circumstances affect our work in so many ways and destabilize our lives. You must be intentional to strike a balance with all that is going on in the world today, purposing to have meaningful time at the workplace with family, friends, and community, and taking time for spiritual and physical well-being must be planned. It is a skill that can only be achieved by those who appreciate the value of work-life balance. That is why sometimes we make unfavorable choices to have balance. Share with us in the comments what you forfeited to maintain a work-life balance in your life. Employers can create an enabling work environment for their workforce by having good work practices, and employees should also adhere to these policies. The ability to be composed despite having so much going on in your work and life shows that one has some level of control. There is good stress that jolts us to perform, and there is another that is not healthy. Many people seek to have stability in their work and life. This is because the world has too many things going on at the same time. Stability is a point where you're not reacting to situations and have a good support system in your world. The ability to handle what life throws at us can only be managed by skills acquired over time, and having balance gives you the ability to think clearly and not rush to make decisions. As an employer, do you support your staff to maintain a good work-life balance? And employees, do you make this possible? Please share your comments below. Work-life balance depends on an individual. How we manage our lives varies from one person to another. This is because people are in different careers, industries, and stages of their lives. We do not have a specific balancing method that works for everyone. Knowing what you want from this life is important, and being able to pause and evaluate early when you're not operating at optimum is a positive step forward. Delegating work is not a weakness, and neither is seeking the help of a coach or having boundaries. It is maturity that acknowledges that a person can only do so much and be accountable for the way we live and work. You stop sweating the small stuff and focus on what is important and celebrate small gains. This not only gives you control, but confidence on how you live your life. This brings us to the end of our tutorial. Please give this video a like if you've learned something.